So yesterday we did about funnels and what a funnel really is, and talked our way through this big V shape of how you go from a huge volume of traffic all the way down to your most highest end product or service. And when we were talking about huge volumes of traffic, we said this was one of the key sticking points for most people. So what we're going to do today is go through sources of traffic. So let me just get rid of some of this very quickly. Okay, so where can we find traffic, which is basically people? So it obviously depends whether you're offline, online, combination of both. So offline, this can be that you work within a gym, a large commercial gym, a small studio. You could be mobile. Put mobile here for now. Online, most people are operating through Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and some people are using LinkedIn. And then obviously you can actually be doing a bit of both. You could be working offline and online. So when we're thinking about the funnel, this gives us a huge amount of people, perhaps too many people to target, which is why marketers often talk about avatars. In some situations, an avatar or an ideal person are quite important, particularly when we're working purely online. But if you're in a large commercial gym, you have what we call footfall traffic. In other words, people who are already members of the gym. And the way you may target them is just simply through things like chatting, friendly, getting in with, say, the marketing and recruitment side of the gym. So they pass referrals to you. You might be doing some classes. You might well be offering free consultations. You might actually be doing some gym inductions. Whatever it is that you're doing, don't forget that you want to do some kind of call to action. In other words, to take them further than just this. So, for example, if you are doing some classes, you might mention at the end of the class that you do semi-private group training, or that you do one-to-one training, but you also want to mention the benefits to that training, and ask them if they'd like to just sign up on the clipboard at the back of the room if they're interested in finding out more details. And that sign up will have things like email, phone number, address, that type of thing, what they're interested in, or maybe you've only got one thing that you're offering. So all of this is actually traffic. But when we look at things like who our ideal client is, and in some of these situations like being mobile, having a small studio, or being online, we can't target everyone, because even within the UK, the total population is now 65 million. So we have to have some kind of definition. Now, if we're working mobile or in a small studio, one of the definitions would be geography. Where they are, how far people are willing to travel, or how far you're willing to travel to work with them. Okay, so geography is like a massive one for you, and it might be even within that geography, if you're in a big city, there's still too many people. So you might well take that down to income, type of work, whether they're male or female. One thing people tend to miss out on when they do this is the type of person. Now this, I'm just going to put it up here, it's getting a bit messy. is quite important. I mean, what type of person do you want to coach? You know, not just within the age or the sex or whatever, but are they chatty? Are they outgoing? Are they self-determined? Are they people who need more coaching? You can take it down to, is it with people with injuries? That type of thing. Because you don't want, and you'll all have had, the odd client who just depresses you and doesn't quite get you, and it's a strain and a stress to work with them. So that's why type of person is even more important in some ways than their sort of spending level. Okay, but when we go to online, we're not just looking then at things like the locality, the income, the type of person, how we're going to meet them. We're also looking at things like, well, if we've got 65 million in the UK, how on earth are we going to do that globally? Because there's even more people. So as soon as we get to online, we do start to look at ideal client and niching. Now, just because you have a niche doesn't mean you can't expand your niche. You know, so you can start small with a small niche, and we'll go into that in more detail tomorrow, and expand it out from there, depending on how much you get a take up of offer and how much income you're earning from it. Now, this combo is interesting because I meet a lot of people who want to start online businesses and they're already working offline and they're seeing it as a second income, or potentially a second income they can develop to become their primary income so they can travel. Right, so when you're doing a combo and you want to start an online service, most people overcomplicate this, because the obvious place to go to get your online up and running and get it earning some money for you is ex-clients and current clients. Now, that isn't niching. It's still online. I'm saying niches are important in online, but the advantage of getting these people into any program that you're going to run online is that it gives you immediate income. They already know, like, and trust you, so we're getting over that problem of all that free content to convert them. So it can give you immediate income. They've got the know, like, trust. And they're going to be an awesome source of testimonials and referrals. Right, that's a very brief overview. I filled the board, so it's definitely time to stop.